What if the horror you saw in the Conjuring movies wasn't just fiction, but fragments of a terrifying reality? What if the infamous Conjuring house, located in Harrisville, Rhode Island, truly holds spirits, demons, and a dark energy that refuses to leave? Tonight, we pull back the curtain on one of the most disturbing haunted house stories in American history. This is not Hollywood. This is not dramatized. This is what really happened in the Conjuring house. Welcome to the Grim Tapes, where horror meets reality. In this deep dive documentary, we'll explore the full truth behind the Perron family's nightmare, the history of the land, the investigations by Ed and Lorraine Warren, and the countless unexplained phenomena witnessed even to this day. So turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and prepare for a journey into a house that may very well still be alive. The house before the horror. Long before the Perron family stepped foot into the farmhouse in 1971, the land had a reputation drenched in mystery and misfortune. The house was originally built in the 1700s and was home to generations of families over the years. Several deaths were documented, from drownings to hangings, and even reports of suicides within the house and on the surrounding land. It is believed that the land itself is cursed, particularly because of its connections to Bathsheba Sherman, a woman accused of witchcraft and child murder in the 19th century. Although never formally convicted, the townspeople claimed she offered her infant child to the devil as a sacrifice. She is said to have cursed the land before taking her own life, a curse meant to trap the souls of anyone who lived there after her. The Perron family's nightmare. When Roger and Carolyn Perron moved into the farmhouse with their 5 daughters, they had no idea what was waiting for them. At first, the disturbances were subtle: missing objects, cold drafts, doors opening and closing. But it didn't take long before things escalated. Carolyn claimed she was frequently targeted, slapped, pushed, and even stabbed by invisible forces. The children reported seeing ghostly apparitions, including a man with a crooked neck, a woman in gray, and a faceless boy. The activity peaked with terrifying poltergeist behavior, beds levitating, loud banging on the walls, and the smell of rotting flesh in the middle of the night. One entity seemed to dominate the house's malevolent presence, Bathsheba. According to the family, her spirit appeared frequently, often glaring at Carolyn as if warning her to leave. Ed and Lorraine Warren arrive. As the activity intensified, the Perron family contacted the famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens believed the house was infested with a dark, demonic energy and that Bathsheba's spirit was leading the charge. They conducted several investigations, during which Lorraine claimed to have seen terrible visions, including one of Bathsheba's twisted face. The Warrens attempted a seance to drive the spirit out, but it went horribly wrong. Carolyn's body was reportedly thrown across the room, and she briefly lost consciousness. The Perrons, terrified by the aftermath, ended their involvement with the Warrens, fearing that the intervention had only made things worse. The spirits that remained. Even after the Warrens left, the family continued to experience paranormal phenomena. Over time, they simply learned to live with the spirits, many of which were no longer hostile. One spirit, nicknamed Manny by the girls, was said to be kind, opening doors, gently rocking chairs, and watching over the children. But Bathsheba's presence never fully faded. When the family finally moved out 10 years later, they believed they were escaping a haunted nightmare. But the house never forgot them. And many believe they never truly left the house behind. New owners, same haunting. In more recent years, new owners of the property have opened the house to paranormal investigators, and the reports of activity continue. Visitors claim to hear voices, feel cold spots, and even get scratched by invisible claws. Equipment used by investigators has picked up EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, unexplained footsteps, and strange magnetic fields. Some skeptics try to dismiss these findings, but the sheer volume of consistent reports suggests something very real is at work. Theories and debates. The Conjuring house has divided people. While believers argue that the property is undeniably haunted, skeptics say that sleep paralysis, psychological suggestion, and environmental effects can explain the occurrences. Others believe that the energy trapped within the house feeds off fear, meaning the more scared someone is, the more likely they are to experience something paranormal. Still, no one can explain how unrelated groups of people report eerily similar experiences across decades. The cultural impact of the Conjuring house. The Conjuring house is not just a story, it has become a global phenomenon. After the release of the 2013 film, The Conjuring, interest in the real house exploded. Tourists flocked to Harrisville. Paranormal investigators set up camp. The house became a dark tourism hotspot. But with increased attention came new questions. Should people be visiting a place believed to harbor evil? Is it ethical to turn a family's suffering into entertainment? These questions linger as the house continues to draw thousands every year. First-hand accounts from visitors ***. Let's listen to what real-life visitors and investigators have experienced. One visitor reported hearing whispers in his ear while alone in the basement. Another claimed to see a woman in 18th century clothing standing in the corner of a room, only to vanish when the lights came on. A paranormal team set up infrared cameras and captured what they believe is a shadow figure moving across a hallway. Even skeptics who enter with doubt often leave questioning what they thought they knew about reality. The science versus the supernatural. Science offers theories. Paranormal activity can sometimes be explained by electromagnetic fields, mold spores, and sound frequencies below human hearing. However, science cannot explain sightings that occur simultaneously by multiple people, nor can it explain physical interactions like scratches or object manipulation. This is where belief and logic collide. What happens now? The house stands, silent, still, but never truly at rest. As more people document their experiences and new technologies evolve, perhaps one day we'll have answers. But until then, the Conjuring house remains one of the most frightening and mysterious places in the world. Maybe the most chilling question is this: what if it's not just the house? What if something follows you home? The story of the Conjuring house is more than just a tale of ghosts and hauntings. It's a warning. A reminder that not all things can be explained. What do you think really happened in that farmhouse in Harrisville? Do you believe the Perron family's story? Or do you think the house's dark legend was born out of fear and superstition? We want to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into darkness, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Grim Tapes, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Because the truth is often more terrifying than fiction.